Thanks for coming back. Got some great stuff today. I hope that what you've listened to so far has been useful. I hope you found the puzzle piece you're looking for. If not, let's keep going. We've got more. We're starting with module 39, Question Reality. George Bernard Shaw had said, "You see things and say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not?" Questioning your beliefs can lead to breakthroughs. Questioning reality can change the world. Paul Graham is an impressive entrepreneur. He's also developed multitudes of entrepreneurs and influenced thousands of others. He said this: "At every period of history, people have believed things that were just ridiculous and believed them so strongly that you risked ostracism or even violence by saying otherwise. If our own time were any different, that would be remarkable. As far as I can tell, it isn't." What do you believe that might be ridiculous? Of course, noticing other people's ridiculous beliefs is easy. Recognizing your own ridiculous beliefs is difficult. Innovative entrepreneurs practice counterfactual thinking. They ask annoying questions. Why does it have to be this way? Counterfactual thinking can be very productive. Assume the facts are wrong. Can we try it a different way? What if everyone is wrong about this? Fact, we already have jet engines. We might ask, what if all jet engines disappeared? What could we use instead of jet engines? This thinking helps us to question reality. It could lead to a great idea. Warning: counterfactual thinking about the past is unproductive. What if I'd studied harder in school? What if I had not had children? What if I had bought the winning lottery ticket? This thinking causes regret and disappointment. Counterfactual thinking about the future is productive. Why must cars use petroleum? What if people could breathe underwater? What if everyone had enough food? This thinking leads to innovation. A term I like better comes from Polish researcher Monika Chilinska: counterfactual imagination. So Levi Strauss was living in San Francisco during the gold rush. He was a merchant. Uh, a lot of people might have thought, well, it's too bad that miners' trousers wear out so fast. He said, what if miners had tougher trousers? That led to Levi Strauss. Bill Bowerman asked, what if Americans jogged for fitness? What if they had better shoes? That led to Nike. To summarize, don't ask what if about the past. Do ask what if about the present and future. Module 40, walk around. My first adult work experience was at Dentsu in Tokyo. Dentsu was the world's largest advertising agency. My boss, the head of the international department, often became sleepy in the afternoon. Sometimes he would suddenly stand up and say, "Stouts on, let's do an information gathering trip." We would wander around Ginza, which was the world's most opulent department store district. During an afternoon, we would see new products, experience merchandising mastery, witness marketing trends. If you need mental ventilation, walk around a completely new environment like that. A couple of years ago, I spoke at a conference in Abu Dhabi, and the keynote speaker was David Levin. He had just become the CEO of McGraw-Hill Education. He spoke about how he developed a more innovative company culture. When he was first hired, he took his new executive team to Delhi, India. The team was impressed by the contrast that they saw in Indian streets. Super rich people alongside rag pickers, super innovators versus tragically wasted opportunities. The new sights and sounds stimulated the team's creative brains. Coincidentally, I had wandered the streets of Delhi the previous day. I rode in a tuk-tuk through midnight traffic jams. I haggled over the price of t-shirts. I ate street food. It was mentally refreshing. Here's some ideas. Visit a factory, walk around an unfamiliar neighborhood, spend the afternoon in a museum, try a mini internship in another industry. Module 41, be humble, make money. Be humble, be like the Japanese. Japan became a very innovative country in the post-war era. They established modern manufacturing techniques for the whole world. So like them, borrow an idea, but make it better. Pablo Picasso, our dyslexic artist from a previous module, said, good artists copy, great artists steal. You don't want to borrow because you think it's wrong? You think you can invent everything with no outside inspiration? Instead, treat creativity as an import-export business. You borrow ideas from others and they borrow from you. All of us in the creativity ecosystem are helping each other to lift the world. You can steal from other industries. You can steal from other epochs of history. As you've noticed, that's something I like to do. You can steal from other knowledge fields. You can find the way it's done in another industry and use those ideas in your field. Facebook didn't invent social media. First, we had Friendster in 2002. They had some problems with bandwidth, server space, possibly. Then MySpace came along, 2003, and then Facebook in 2004. They just did social media better. Remember the Bedard creativity formula from an earlier module? It states that creativity comes from both revelation and organization. In Bedard's view, artists do the same thing as God. They borrow and organize into something new. What you can do, expose yourself to others' creativity. Go to museums, read blogs by entrepreneurs, spend time with children. While you steal from others, remember that others will also steal ideas from you. This is an apocryphal story from the life of Christopher Columbus. Supposedly, he was at a banquet, and some sailors there chided him, saying, going to the New World, it's not that difficult. Anybody can do it. We've all been there. It's not that big of a deal. And so he challenged them. He picked up a hard-boiled egg and said, try to balance this on the end. Of course, they all failed. It kept falling over. And so he grabbed one and he smashed the end of it so that it would then stand up. And, then they said, now I see. Once you see how somebody did something, they'll copy it. And you can do the same thing with them. So meet me back here tomorrow for the next module. We've got some more interesting things to talk about.